What happened?
This is getting in the car with wonton shit.
What you mean?
What you mean what I mean? You got a handful of butt naked wontons. What are you doing?
Look, get your wonton. I just made these shits. What's wrong with that?
Who the fuck makes homemade wontons? And why do you have it in my car, bro?
Man, look, we're going to the movies. We're going to see Bad Boys. I need some energy. Man, I'm just snacking. Goddamn.
That shit is crazy, man. You know we go to the movies. They got like whole snack areas and shit like that. Normal people buy.
You want one?
Fucking homemade wontons. What the fuck are you talking about? Shit like that. Just make sure you don't get that shit nowhere in my car.
I'm not going to drop them in the car. I'm not going to drop them in. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Just pull out. Let's go into the movie, man. Just pull out. I'm going to get some popcorn when we get there.
It's a goddamn homemade wonton. That's the shit I'm just tripping.
What you hating on wontons for, man? Come on. We ride or die. Wonton to die.
Ride or die on your ass. You drop that shit down in the crevice of my car.
I'm not going to drop this in the car, man.
Look, man.
You don't have to check.
See, that's that bullshit. See, get it.
Look, your seat cushion shouldn't be that tight, because if I reach down there, I'm going to come back up with this.
Yeah,
all right?
You're going to end up with this. You get that goddamn wonton. Well, how does that even sound? Wonton, homemade wontons out the corner of my shit. You know how much I paid for this goddamn car?
I'm a bad boy. Here, you already know what it is. Here we go again, Brick City, back again. It's No Country, your boys, JD and Dave. We got a lot of stuff going on, but right now we just gonna go ahead and jump right on into really kind of like some inspirations of ours.
Retrospective review.
Okay.
Of sorts.
Here we go, and we ready to do Bad Boys for Life.
Oh, it's Bad Boys Ride or Die, damn it. For Life was supposed to be. It should have been 4, but it was 3. Ride or Die is 4.
It don't matter.
I like that. Yeah,
look, man, it's Bad Boys, and I'm a bad boy.
Anyway.
All right. So,
we were talking about
Ride or
Bad
Die.
Boys Ride or Die.
100%.
Will Smith, Martin Lawrence.
Holla.
It just came out recently.
Tough.
We both seen it, and we just wanted to throw it out there. You know, we obviously we're big fans of the franchise, and both Will and Martin.
So there we go. We're going to talk about the movie real quick. First off, let's just get it right out the way. I recommend.
Highly.
Yeah, so we highly recommend.
Highly recommend.
And like you said, we've been Bad Boys fans since we was kids.
The first one?
Yeah, since we was kids.
1985.
And we've been doing this. So, without further ado, we're going to get to it. Story. What do you think of the story?
The story was dope. I think they are doing a good job with kind of extending on, I guess, whatever the Bad Boys lore is. Because, I mean, they kind of been like Looney Tunes. Like, you know, they connected by the characters, but it's always different adventures.
You dating the Bruja, Mike? The witch.
Yo, listen. The connected thread between these last two, though, has been a lot stronger. So I feel like this story set up, you know, the future of what they're doing nicely. It capitalized on the past. They doing a lot with they killing off all the old school cast. It's a little brutal, but you know, I mean, other than that, you know, it was.
You gotta pass it on.
I liked it a lot.
I agree with you. I like the story, and I like how, like you said, like exactly they've been ever since, you know, especially after Bad Boys 2, because it was just supposed to be, you know, just two wild Miami Vice cops running around doing stuff, but they cool, super cool. But then once it started getting, you know, to where they had to extend it, you know, Mike got the kid, and you know, like, you know, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's going as far as Fast and the Furious. However,
they dipping into that
realm. They have to be like, these dudes are still
extra, they smart enough to not go into space.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, it's already kind of ludicrous. They just they want to.
No pun intended. I don't think
so.
All right, good.
If I was, that's deep. But no, I think they keep these, believe it or not, a little more grounded in that, you know, it weighs so much on the human element of Martin and Will that they're not about to take it to that bombastic kind of tip.
But obviously it's always been high action. You know, you got Michael Bay, you got everybody else who's doing it involved, so it's gonna be a kind of epic, if not anything else, right? It's gonna be big.
Shout out to the directors. I wish I could remember their name. I'm not gonna butcher them, but they did the last one, and they did Miss Marvel for Disney Plus. And I mean, I gotta say, these dudes, their action direction has grown because they've only been in the game for a short time. The first time I heard of them was the third Bad Boys. And you know, they obviously stepped their game up a lot with the action direction and you know, the writing part of it. So it's definitely a fun time story wise.
EDL, RB, and Bilal Fallah.
Yes, that's their names.
Shout out.
And they were supposed to be doing Blade, but they jumped off because Blade is.
We ain't gonna. Let's not even do that. Yeah, let's not even do that.
But this one here, Bad Boys Ride or Die, man. I feel like they're opening the door, even though it's not going to go to the level of Fast and Furious. I think they just opening the door that we're going to see these till they tired of them.
Well,
until we tired of them.
If they can add, especially if they can add more of a team element, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
like, because they need. We trying to do too many spoilers right now, even though I don't even care about spoilers.
I don't think this is like a spoiler movie. You don't really have there's some little plot stuff we could leave out, but I mean, for the most part, like what he's referring to is like if you saw the third one, you kind of saw they set up that younger team that's helping them out.
Come through.
So this is definitely going to be a family kind of
something happens at the end. Yeah. So, but anyway, yes. This is what we spent on the story. But the story was good. The last one, which I got confused because the last title actually sounds like more of a final.
It's a running joke.
Yeah,
it's a running joke.
All right, cool. All right, but the last one, if you saw the last one, Ride or Die, I'm gonna give you a spoiler. My bad, but you know, Mike got shot. This time. In the story, Marcus was the one that was, you know, down, and he came back in a different way. And
I love the way they flipped their dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
It's you know,
and he's like, Will had to get him a bunch of times. He said, "Cut that shit out."
No, stop it, yo.
Stop it, Marcus.
I think my favorite scene with that was the art gallery. He was like, "I got this, man." He's like, "No, you don't, though." Like he was real worried, for real. And that's the thing I loved about this. I think these last two have focused a lot more on their relationship, which strengthens the whole thing because it's built on that anyway. But the first two was like, you know, just like action. Just put these two.
I feel like the first one was definitely about their relationship.
They did that. I'm just saying it's more in the writing. I think this time. I think they performed it. Like that in the first two versus this one where it's like it's pointed.
They just made it because look, in each movie we get a lot of scenes where it's like them just riffing, whether it's them in the first one in the car talking about the fries, then the second one would be
then we shot him in the ass.
Then the third one would be when the camera's going around while they shooting.
The third one was
remember when they were shooting, the cameras going around while they shooting in the house and everything, and they still talking shit to each other. Oh, that was the one I would think. Yeah. All right, the Haitians. I was about to say
because that was the one where Mark, the Woosah one.
Yeah,
he was trying to be at peace, and Will always wilding out.
And then the last one would be
you gotta call yourself the devil in their house.
I think whether it was written by somebody else or whether they got that off themselves, it's always at least been consistent in the franchise. But yes, on this one, it was definitely they was just loose.
And then
it was loose.
What I was loving about it, they did a lot of kind of like Force Awakens shit in that they remixed a lot of stuff from the first one. And like kind of flipped it over.
They did.
You seen in the trailers, they got the skill scene. They kind of flipped it.
Yeah,
They flipped the reverse shot. I mean, the rotating shot
the other way.
They did a bunch of things that even the opening is like
a remake of the first scene.
Yeah. So like they killed it, man, with a lot of like homages to this one.
I agree.
I said after.
That's why this one should have been called. Right,
exactly. It is called Ride or Die.
I mean, God damn it, you're confusing me.
I think they fucked it up.
You know, but whatever.
But anyway,
or just call number 4.
I felt like this one was the most connected to all of them. because there was more references.
I agree with you.
And more, not even more returning characters, but just like they even
callbacks.
Yeah, they even
like
callbacks. Just verbally called back all three of the other ones more than they attached the other ones at all. And I thought that was dope because they're building something.
Yeah,
you know
and they
mean?
tied that through the captain.
Yeah, for sure,
Which y'all see, like, you know, because everything was them going back through the captain. We had a dude who played Mike's son return. Came back, did his thing. I enjoyed it. I like him. Yeah. I like him. Like homeboy,
I like
doing
him
his
as
thing.
an addition. You know, especially as they get a little older.
Yep.
And they injecting the youth into it. They got Vanessa Hudgens and they got the old boy. What's his name? Dorn or something like that.
Hold up.
Jacob Scipio.
Yep. Shout out to Sip. Congratulations on your marriage, brother.
Congratulations, bro.
You know, Paula Nunez, Vanessa Hudgens, Eric Dane.
That was the villain.
Tasha plays the wife.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
That
was crazy for me. Joe, you know, everybody.
And they put old girl Rhea Seehorn from Better Call Saul in so she's probably gonna be tied up.
Should we mention this?
I mean, we can. I don't know if it's like that much of a. I can speak on that because that scene, right there.
You like that one or no?
Nah, it was the scene itself was cool, but it was also like
forced.
Yeah, kind of forced.
I felt like it was. However, it still was cool.
Yeah, it was. I like the action part of it, especially.
Right. So what we're talking about is that Will Smith brought Joyner Lucas in. And Joyner Lucas got a part. It's a scene. Yeah. It's not a whole character, but it is a character, but it's not a whole, storyline. But Joyner Lucas shows up, so ruined. Bye.
Listen, I don't think it was that serious.
Nah, but it was cool. It was cool to see.
Because there's another one that I wish they would cut out, but y'all will see it when you see it.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna leave one. We're gonna leave one on the table for y'all. We're gonna leave one out. So anyway, story wise, obviously, we thought the story was great, decent. We thought it was consistent. It fit in. Excellent story. Want to put a number on it or no?
I don't know. I give a story like a 7.
I gave it. I gave it an 8.
Okay.
So boom. All right. Acting.
I mean, it's Will Martin, dog. Like that's always out of here. Like Will is so able to turn on the charm and the threat. Just like on a dime, like that dude is kind of scary with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's fucking cool and funny in 1 minute, and the next minute he's just intense, and you're like, because he grounds the movie. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that keeps it on that kind of high stakes.
So he always
vibe. Always has. I'm just saying, but he's just so good at that shit.
Yeah.
And then Martin, this one, Martin is one of our idols. Martin got loose in this like he hasn't in a long time.
No,
and
but
I love that.
Now look, like I'm a Martin. I'm a Martin nut. I'm one of Martin's kids.
Same.
And a lot of people, both of us are. A lot of people don't understand like whatever is going on with Martin, they leave it to him. But this I felt like was him, but also in the edit. They edited him.
This was Martin
perfectly.
Of old.
They edited him to
This is
old.
what I'm saying. For the young heads that watch this movie, right?
Yeah.
I know there's a disconnect between what our generation reveres and loves and holds dear, right? And y'all didn't experience it in real time to understand why we have this sort of reverence for Martin Lawrence that we do. This, if you watch him in this, and then you take 30 years off and understand he was doing that shit consistently for like a decade, then you'll understand. Like Martin couldn't miss because the energy he had in this one.
Yes, they made it look like his old energy.
I mean, dude.
They made it look like the energy from 1 and 2.
He came back in 3. At the end of 3, because in the beginning he was a little more stilted and it seemed like he was rusty.
He was stuck.
By the time
that's why they had him sitting at the table. He wasn't doing nothing. Right, he wasn't out with Mike.
By the time they was going to meet old girl in Cuba was when he dumbed out.
They had to.
But this one, the whole time through, even in the scene from the beginning when you think he's going through his he's seeing his life flash before his eyes.
That was
even
dope.
his acting scene,
that was one of the dopest scenes,
dude,
bro.
It was so ill. I just love how they kind of and they also I feel like realize that Will Smith is the superstar. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of the other films have kind of
leaned
more
on
focused on him. But this one,
Let Martin get off.
Martin that stage, and he ran with it. And
so look,
man,
this is dope. Like that scene where Marcus goes through Marcus has a heart attack.
Yeah,
where he goes through the heart attack. That's how I felt. Like they really wanted to show Martin.
Yeah, kind of going through. Yeah,
I was feeling that. Like I was like, all right. Ill. So when my man come back out, now it looks right for him to be a little bit different.
Right,
but he's still pushing through the energy, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I felt.
That's what I mean.
And then they gave him the edits.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him a sugar rush. They gave my nigga a sugar rush.
Yo, when he did that shit, I'm telling you, I seen it twice in the theater.
Right.
When he did that shit with the looking like a dog, everybody
going dumb as hell.
I mean,
because that's the Martin we needed. That's the Martin we needed forever.
That was Martin from part 2 when he was like, I love it when you call me Bunny. When he took the E and yo,
it was going off. Yes,
man.
That's tell him what he want to know, Joe. Martin,
that shit get in your clothes and it
stink. Come on, that's that Martin. That's that Martin.
All day.
Anyway, but yeah, they like I said, acting wise, I thought it was great. I'm so glad that they had Martin looking and feeling more like
the
active
scene
Martin.
When he backs into traffic, I won't even tell you why. But he backs into traffic in one scene. It's some of the funniest shit I've seen him do
in a minute.
Like, yo, but all in all, obviously, we really
enjoyed it.
Oh, the action. Yo, they went crazy on the action.
Cinematography, action.
If you're an action fan, this one's knocks, especially with those scenes where I know a lot of people seen the viral video of Will working the rig. It's well worth it. Yeah, it's well worth it.
Well, it's funny too. If you ever seen, if you ever go watch Upgrade, go check out Upgrade.
That's a hardcore movie.
Yes, but when you had that type of direction and that type of, like I said, the cinematography, the way it is, and the tech they decided to use, it's like they went in and they made it worth it. They really made it worth it, because it's not like, Will and Martin is like super young. They gotta make dope stuff while they can make it. So
and Will's still in good enough shape that he can make it
shape
look good.
Is great.
Man. He like, I mean, we don't expect the heavier action beats from Martin, but even his participation in the Titan. And it's more just like, it's the bad boys, it's the Will, it's the Martin we love.
Oh, should we mention about the biggest thing about Mike?
Nah, I think let him
see that. Okay,
let him see that.
All right,
I like that. I like they
like
that
the switch.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Let him see that.
All right, well, we gonna go ahead and we left y'all a couple of things we didn't spoil, but we definitely had to touch base on Bad Boys. We grew up in that from '96. Going to the theaters multiple times, seeing them. We grew up on Will. We grew up on Martin. Actually, we even saw after Bad Boys, the first one. Remember this? When Will went back to Fresh Prince. He was acting more like Martin.
Yep.
Yo, after he went back to Fresh Prince, then he started acting more like Martin. He had picked up a whole bunch of Martin stuff.
I'll get into my Martin theory at another time, but I got something on that.
Okay. Anyway. Well, we wanted to let y'all know that y'all already know what it is. Brick City's finest. You know what I'm saying? No country. We want to thank y'all for joining us. We got more stuff coming. Actually, we got the long form Kendrick video. You could probably check that out somewhere around here.
Featuring Rod Digger. Go see it. It's on the thing.
Featuring
go to the thing. Go
Digger. Yeah, we got a couple of them. So we all in the mix, but we glad to be back. Happy middle of the new year, and we'll talk to y'all later. All right. Basically, don't drop the wontons in my car. Are you gonna get this? I think that was the one.
That was stupid.
Get a wonton ass whooping.
Wonton a man.
Wonton